The world of open-source desktop environments is always evolving, and among the most influential projects in this space is GNOME, a platform that has consistently redefined how users interact with Linux-based systems. As discussions and anticipation build around the potential release of GNOME 51, reportedly codenamed Coruña, and its possible launch date of September 16, 2026. The community finds itself once again in a familiar position balancing excitement with cautious curiosity. The question of whether GNOME 51 is truly scheduled for that date is not just about a calendar milestone. It opens up a broader conversation about GNOME's development cycle, release traditions, roadmap planning, and the significance of each new version in shaping the future of desktop computing. To understand the likelihood and importance of such a release, it helps to first consider how GNOME structures its development timeline. Historically, GNOME adheres to a predictable 6-month release cadence, with major updates typically arriving in March and September. This rhythm has allowed both developers and users to anticipate new features, prepare for transitions, and maintain stability across distributions that rely on GNOME as their default desktop environment. If GNOME 51 were to be released on September 16, 2026, it would align perfectly with this established pattern, suggesting that the date is plausible within the context of GNOME's traditional scheduling framework. However, naming conventions also play a role in shaping expectations. GNOME versions have often been associated with coding names inspired by cities or regions, though not always in a strictly official capacity. Dimensiona de Coruña, a coastal city in Spain, as a coding name for GNOME 51, adds an interesting cultural dimension to the release. While GNOME does not always emphasize codinames publicly in the same way some other software projects do, such labels can emerge within developer discussions, community forums, or unofficial channels. If a Coruña is indeed tied to GNOME 51, it could reflect the project's ongoing tradition of celebrating global diversity within its contributor base. Beyond the naming and scheduling, the real substance of GNOME 51 lies in what it might deliver to users. Each GNOME release typically brings a mix of visual refinements, performance improvements, accessibility enhancements, and new features aimed at both casual users and power users. In recent years, GNOME has placed a strong emphasis on simplicity and usability, often prioritizing a clean, distraction-free interface over excessive customization. This design philosophy has sometimes sparked debate within the Linux community, but it has also helped GNOME maintain a distinct identity in a crowded ecosystem of desktop environments. If GNOME 51 follows the trajectory set by its predecessors, users can expect continued refinement of the GNOME shell interface. This could include smoother animations, better resource management, and incremental improvements to core applications such as the File Manager, Settings Panel, and System Monitor. Performance optimization is likely to remain a key focus, especially as GNOME strives to run efficiently on a wide range of hardware, from high-end workstations to more modest laptops. Advances in Wayland support may also play a central role as GNOME continues to lead the transition away from the older X11 display server. Another area where GNOME has been making steady progress is accessibility. Each new release tends to introduce enhancements that make the desktop environment more inclusive for users with different needs. This might involve improvements to screen readers, keyboard navigation, high-contrast themes, or input methods. GNOME's commitment to accessibility is not just a technical goal, but a reflection of its broader mission to create software that is usable by everyone, regardless of their circumstances. The integration of modern technologies is also a recurring theme in GNOME development. As the software landscape evolves, GNOME adapts by incorporating support for new frameworks, programming languages, and system capabilities. For GNOME 51, this could mean deeper integration with containerized application formats like Flash, which has already become a cornerstone of the GNOME ecosystem. Enhanced sandboxing, better permission management, and improved application discovery are all potential areas of growth. Security is another critical consideration. In an era where digital threats are becoming increasingly sophisticated, GNOME must ensure that its platform remains robust and trustworthy. This involves not only addressing vulnerabilities, but also designing features that promote safe computing practices. For example, clearer permission prompts, more transparent system monitoring, and stronger isolation between applications can all contribute to a more secure user experience. Community involvement is at the heart of GNOME's development process, and this will undoubtedly influence GNOME 51 as well. Contributors from around the world collaborate on code design, documentation, and testing, bringing a diverse range of perspectives to the project. This collaborative model allows GNOME to evolve in response to real user needs, rather than being driven solely by a centralized vision. As a result, Each release is shaped by countless discussions, experiments, and iterations. The question of whether GNOME 51 is officially scheduled for September 16th, 2026 ultimately depends on the project's internal planning and any unforeseen challenges that might arise during development. While the 6-month cycle provides a strong indication, delays are not unheard of in the world of software development. Factors such as complex feature implementations, critical bug fixes, or changes in priorities can all influence the final release date. That said, GNOME has generally maintained a reliable schedule, which lends credibility to the proposed date. For Linux distributions that rely on GNOME, the timing of a new release can have significant implications. Distributions often need to decide whether to include the latest GNOME version in their upcoming releases or stick with a more tested version. This decision can affect everything from user experience to compatibility with existing software. If GNOME 51 does arrive in mid-September 2026, it could become a key component of several major distribution releases later that year. User expectations also play a role in shaping the narrative. GNOME 51 as each new version is announced. The community speculates about potential features, improvements, and changes. Some users hope for greater customization options, while others prioritize performance and stability. Balancing these expectations is an ongoing challenge for the GNOME project, which must navigate differing opinions while staying true to its core design principles. Documentation and developer tools are another important aspect of any GNOME release. Providing clear, up-to-date resources for developers ensures that they can build and maintain applications that integrate seamlessly with the GNOME platform. This includes everything from API documentation to design guidelines and testing frameworks. For GNOME 51, continued investment in these areas will be essential for fostering a healthy ecosystem of applications. The role of design in GNOME cannot be overstated. The project is known for its meticulous attention to detail, from iconography and typography to layout and interaction patterns. Each release typically introduces subtle but meaningful design tweaks that enhance the overall user experience. For GNOME 51, this could involve further refinement of the Avida design language, as well as improvements to responsiveness and consistency across different screen sizes and input methods. Internationalization and localization are also key considerations. GNOME is used by people all over the world, and ensuring that it is accessible in multiple languages is a priority. This involves not only translating texts, but also adapting interfaces to accommodate different cultural contexts. The potential codename of Coruña serves as a reminder of the global nature of the GNOME community and its commitment to testing and quality assurance are critical stages in the development cycle. Before a release is finalized, it undergoes extensive testing to identify and resolve bugs. This process involves both automated testing and manual feedback from users and contributors. For GNOME 51, maintaining high standards of quality will be essential to ensure a smooth and reliable user experience. The relationship between GNOME and hardware manufacturers is another factor that can influence a release. As more devices ship with Linux pre-installed, ensuring compatibility with a wide range of hardware becomes increasingly important. This includes support for graphics cards, input devices, displays, and other components. GNOME's collaboration with hardware vendors can help optimize performance and deliver a more seamless experience for users. Looking ahead, GNOME 51 represents not just a single release, but a step in the ongoing evolution of the desktop environment. Each version builds on the work of previous releases, gradually shaping a platform that is both modern and user-friendly. Whether or not September 16th, 2026 turns out to be the exact release date, the anticipation surrounding GNOME 51 highlights the enduring relevance of GNOME in the open source world. In conclusion, the idea that GNOME 51 Coruña is scheduled for release on September 16th, 2026 is consistent with GNOME's established development cycle and traditions. While official confirmation may depend on announcements from the GNOME project itself, the proposed date fits within the expected timeline for a September release. More importantly, the discussion GNOME 51 underscores the broader significance of each new version, from technological advancements and design improvements to community collaboration and user engagement. As the release approaches, the GNOME community will continue to refine, test, and shape the desktop environment, ensuring that it remains a powerful and accessible tool for users around the world.